Good afternoon. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap and look ahead. So today was one of those days. Yesterday I was like thinking, let's not force it. That was the title of my note, which I didn't. Had a good day yesterday. It was the highs of my year. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I'll take a few things, even though I do feel as if things are wishy-washy. Yesterday the banks were weak. They broke upper support. The small caps are definitely breaking areas that shouldn't have been broken for momentum. But you had a few things hanging in there. So definitely some things to have for a reason. You know, the problem with me is, I do write a note that has about 30 ideas in there. I can't be in all 30. I pick and choose 6 or 8 of them. So sometimes the 6 to 8 that I choose might not be the best ones, and then there's 10 or 20 other ones that work out well. And then I'm like, I wish I did that one, not this one, or I did too much for this one, and not enough of that one. And I'm sure you guys come into the same conundrum if you're a professional trader, especially if you have some kind of portfolio approach. But all in all, it feels like a day in the life, mid-morning or, into the first part of the day. Banks were weak, follow through downside if you were short. Small caps are weak. Downside follow through if you were short, and then some of them, had some reversals, some didn't. Tech hung in there pretty much most of the day and stayed strong and broke above some levels we put in the charts. But all in all, it was very, very random, divergent, specific tape. Almost like lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! What did I just say? Random and specific and erratic. Oh yes. Anyway, thank goodness for a Starbucks coffee. Let's get into it. Here's a chart of the S&P cash. S&P cash held the 8-day. Look at that 8-day. Holding strong. Strong, strong, strong. Have a ascending channel that remained intact. Look at that, right to the line. Last time it flashed through, came back above. Flashed through, came back above. This time didn't even flash through. So anyway, S&P cash is still strong. I've had this as a hedge. You've been able to trade around it, while holding multiple positions. So although today was a tricky day, there's been ways to use these pivots to trade around your hedge, and also makes you feel a little bit more comfy going to sleep at night with multiple positions. So anyway, that's what that looks like. But then look what the IWM looks like. Oh, IWM. Here was a little bit of a shake-up. A lot of guys said, hey, this has to go on this day because everything else is going, and it failed. Then it held in the bottom third, and then all of a sudden this broke to the downside, and lo and behold, the red dog reversal here. I was trying all morning for a red dog reversal and lost money, but then I had to go take care of some things, have meetings. I met with the producer from Fox Business. I'm on there every Monday, and came back, and then you had your red dog reversal. So if you happen to have a good price, congratulations. If you don't, take a little bit. I did take a little bit, just because, if I was in it for a better price, I'd have a lot of bit. A little bit, a lot of bit. Anyway, you go to the 5-minute chart. What could you have seen? Let's put the pieces of the puzzle together. What could you have seen here? This was your first low. This is when Red Dog was buying a lot of it. What I should have done is I should have put a stop in verse that, which I did not. Well, anyway, if you happen to be at your seat, this is one of the few times I miss something while I keep my sanity by going to the gym. Here was a double bottom. 1, 2, and then this time it went above it and went from 146 and change to as high as 147.20, or as high as almost 147. So that was the clean move. If this would have happened there, Red Dog would have been happy. Instead, it took all morning to get itself together before doing that. So anyway, we'll see what happens tomorrow. If you're in it from a good price, you held a third. I'm not in it from a good price, and I have a third of what I would have had if I had it from a good price, just to stay with it. Maybe it gets back up into this 148 area tomorrow if we open up. What did the XLF do? The XLF did not have as much, what's the word, as much success doing a red dog reversal. Instead, it broke this spot and gave you more downside. The 50 days all the way down here, so it might need to get down further. It's in no man's land, not even worth your time, below the 821 day, so you should not be long. But you did have a little bizarro world. What do we mean by bizarro world? Everyone's like, Red Dog, why was JP Morgan, Bank of America so strong, and Citigroup and Goldman were so weak, and today they're green and the other ones are red, and there was no mute button there. I don't know. All I know is I tried to buy Bank of America. I bought it in the hole. It was a good price. you know, it just didn't rally, and I got out of the way. We'll see what happens moving forward. Bank of America broke this upper spot. For those of you who like to be short, congratulations, you made some money today. Why would you have been short the first time? Because this engulfed this whole upper range, lost momentum, and now it's, you know, holding versus. So what do we know? This is what we know. This is your point of reference, which I'll say you might know tomorrow. Bank of America put in a new point of reference after breaking the upper range below 27.35. It now gives you 26.49 to trade against. And we'll see what happens here. 50 days all the way down there. Not sure it'll get there, but at this point, you know, at least we didn't get caught in this. That would have been a bad day. But anyway, we'll see what happens. JP Morgan also came a little bit off lows at the end of the day. This too broke its upper range. So if you were looking for a short, could have had at least a small little signal here, or you could have waited for it to break this yesterday, and then you had your downside. Now it's below the 8 and the 21 day, a little bent, but not broken. Intermediate trend is down here. So we're in no man's land. Try not to trade things in no man's land. That's one thing I've learned through the years is when things are in no man's land, just don't force it. You know, if it's in the middle and something happens and you miss it, it's fine. If it's not compelling, more times out of none, you'll, you know, lose money, and or you'll make a little, you'll frustrate yourself, or you'll miss things that you should be in. That's one to grow on. XLE. What happened here? We broke out above this level, and then you had a 2-day pullback. We'll see if this holds. I did not get back in. I sold some. This was your red dog reversal when it was a nice buy the dip. Here was your nice momentum trade, and now it pulled in, and we'll see if this could hold and then build another little flag for higher prices. We'll see what happens with oil. USO down a little bit today, little red dog reversal. What's a red dog reversal? It pushes through a higher level and then comes back in. Nice move from here, extended from the 8-day, so we'll see if it needs to come in a little bit more. Let's go to high beta tech, because that was the fun place today. Amazon, I did not buy it back versus 11.17 like I said in the chart. If you did, congratulations. Or if you're holding it since this spot here of 1,050, you're doing just fine. Or if you waited for it to clear this spot, you're doing just fine. Amazon looks great. Above the 8-day, looking strong, working its way higher. Lots of trades along the way. Unfortunately, I sold Amazon yesterday, didn't buy it today, and I'm flatted overnight. We'll see what's next. Google, I am in. Google's looking okay. It broke above this spot. Some of you guys are long versus 1,022 because you don't like to trade all day long. You have a job or something. Well, anyway, here, hit the 8-day. Here, you could have been long like I was yesterday, added at 1,053, went towards the highs, didn't break above it. Seems like it shall at some particular point. Hopefully, I am still in it overnight, and we shall see. This helped my day. Lots of different types of trades all day long. I put this in our, you know, our charts every single day with Google, with Amazon, with a lot of others. Apple, that also was a really nice performer today. Here was when it cleared the prior all-time high. Here is when it cleared that 161. Here is your gap up after earnings, and now it's trending. I am still in some, not enough, but all in all, it's hard to be in that much when you're sitting here in an elevated state above the 8-day, working higher. But all in all, every day you've been able to buy a little bit when it was red, add some and sell some, and it's been a really nice trade for us since Monday. So a nice trade for us in here too, and down there as well, but we're not talking about then. Remember this red dog reversal back in, you know, late September? That was a good one. Anyway, here's where we are now. It should, you would think we can continue up into year end. Just don't get, you know, too heavy, higher. It's definitely extended, but doesn't mean it's a short. Just means you don't, you know, don't have too much. Just let it continue to trend until it doesn't. Netflix, what'd you do today? Not much. Didn't have much follow through either. This is when it broke. You know, now I guess you could write this new little trend here. Well, with time, perhaps it holds this intermediate level, goes sideways, and then goes again. We shall see. Nothing special. Facebook, what are you doing? Just kind of hanging around, getting tight. We shall see if we revisit. I did not revisit it today. You have a little bit of a flag being put in here. At some point it resolves. Which way it resolves, I'm not sure. It depends which way the market goes. If the market keeps hanging out like this, maybe it'll be to the upside. If it's to the upside, it's got to get above and stay above 180.75. And or not. So we'll see. This looks tight. It'll be on the radar tomorrow. We'll see. Baba. Baba, 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 baba. Okay, what are you doing? Not a whole heck of a lot. Hanging out. This is your 8-day. Held the 8-day again. Also an upper flag. Does it roll down or not? I don't know. We shall see. At this point, I'm not in Baba. I'm going to wait. It's giving us lots of nice trades, so I'm just being a little bit more cautious now because, again, some weakness in banks and some weakness in small caps. To me, I'm not chasing everything, but we'll see. You know, I will say this. I've been trading for 17, 18 years, and usually I'm very risk averse and I follow rules. Every now and then, you know, there are guys that I know that have good ideas, and sometimes I give them a little bit bigger room versus not. You know, so HMNY was a name that I was told at 2, at 4, at 8, it went to 35. Technically, I made a little bit of money on the way, but really I'm the one who called the top around 37. Then down near 10, 12, I'm like, hey, this looks good. Kind of made some peanuts, didn't catch the big move Monday, and then I'm like, you know what? Being told it looks great, it's going to 18, 22. So I bought it at the end of that day, and then I did not follow my own normal rules. What are my normal rules? I was, you know, if this were to be any good, it should have held at least here. So in any way, you know, I should have used this, you know, and then intraday, there was also a level yesterday to get out. I didn't get out then. I got out today closer to 11 1/4, so at least I saved myself from 11 1/4 to 10.45. All in all, if this day was any good, it should have held here, went sideways to continue instead of it negated this day, meaning this day was emotional, and now I'm not sure what's going on here, so I don't own it. I'm not going to own it. I'm only going to own it if it looks technically good. It did look decent here, like a day 1 that could have had a day 2. Instead, it gave it back, so I don't know now. I did play this little one. I don't know why I was compelled to keep doing it. Didn't close well. Traded gazillions and gazillions and gazillions and gazillions of shares. Look where it is. Look where it came from. So something was excited back in the day. To me, I don't know. I'm in it. We'll see. If it gaps down big tomorrow, this will be the last of my off the limb type of trades. This is the low here. It's 182. Give it to that. Supposedly they have really good data on a leukemia drug. I'm not going to get into it because I don't know any more than that. I'm still in some. That's why it's there. I guess I got a little spoiled because this V-Ray, which was not something I normally do, had a really good move. So I'm trying to look for other names that might, do it. All in all, today the V-Ray pulled back a bit. Not the end of the world. This too needs to, pull back and hold the 8-day. So here is that 8-day. Here's where it broke out from. I'm hoping it does not get down to here. It would be nice if it holds here, goes sideways, and then gets above this. We shall see. All in all, this 7 area will be my stop, and we'll see if it can continue to the upside. As this is one of those, not the same type of trades that I usually do, but this engulfing day got me in it when I got the news or when someone brought it to my attention, and it's been doing very well. So we'll see if it goes sideways and continues. What else? What did gold do today? GLDDD. Not a whole heck of a lot. If you're in this, just make sure it holds a 200-day. 200 days right there. Okay, at this point, it's still caught in a little bit of a downtrend. It's got to get above that to get any better. So in conclusion, S&P cash not going down, tech still acting well, while we're getting some rolling corrections amongst sectors and within sectors. And that's what happens during earnings season. That's what happens in year 9 or 10 of a bull rally. That's a little long in the tooth. The Nikkei is up 26 out of 29 days. So, if you're fighting this thing since 2012, I don't know how you have any hair left. If you've been fighting it for this year, you're probably not doing so well. For me, I've been trying to embrace it, but then every now and then, you have a frustrating day along the way, and that's what today was for moi.